All right, hey guys. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen here. Um, this is not going to line up exactly. I'm using a little bit different um, script than I am the presentation, but I think it's going to be, there's some recipes and stuff in here I want to make sure that you guys get to see. Um, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I've got the baby sleeping in his swing today because he's had a long day already. So hopefully he will sleep through this. Otherwise, John is home for the day, so I will have him come in and grab him if I need to. Okay, so we are going to talk about Ningxia Red today. If any of you are in our Wisdom's Way roundtable group, we're doing a Ningxia Red challenge this month, so that's been really fun. If you're not in the group but you want to get in on it, give us a shout. We're going to be doing different challenges every month and highlighting different products and various aspects of the business opportunity with Young Living as well. So that is always open. So let's dive into what is Ningxia. And I'm going to be using Sarah's script out of this book this time. So if you guys have this book, or if you get it, you will have access to this as well to do your own classes or just to refer to it for your own information. Okay, so it's not always about what you're cutting out. It's also about what you're putting in. If I could pick one Young Living supplement, it would absolutely be Ningxia Red. A lot of people say, well, can't you just get what you need out of your food? Maybe at one point, but not anymore. Because the food that we grow now is not the same food that was grown when our grandparents were young or before that. It's repeatedly grown on the same land with pesticides and fertilizers. And scientists are creating new varieties of crops that grow faster and that are supposed to resist bugs. But because of this, the plants don't have the time that they need to absorb the same nutrients that they used to. And the soil loses its vitamins and minerals and microbes faster than it can get replaced by the natural course of things, the natural cycle of things. But we're trying to grow too fast, use too much of it before faster than what it can be renewed. A Cushy Institute analysis of nutrient data from 1975 to 1997, so just 22 years, found the average calcium levels in 12 fresh vegetables dropped by 27%, the iron levels dropped 30%, and the vitamin C levels dropped 30%. So you'd have to eat 8 oranges today to get the same amount of vitamin A that your grandparents got, and that's from Scientific American. So maybe you can't get enough from your plants, but surely you can get enough from your meat. The problem is that when plants contain fewer nutrients, the animals that eat them are also getting fewer nutrients. So a study from the Journal of Nutrition and Health found copper levels in the UK are down 90% in dairy, 55% in meat, and 76% in vegetables. Water is also depleted of minerals because of the plants and modern production methods. Then there are town filtration systems. Many of them remove the important minerals, like magnesium, which is essential for 300 biochemical reactions in the body. Then they top all of that off by adding chlorine and fluoride. Beyond that, nutrition absorptions decline with age. The older we get, the less we absorb. Nutrient deficiencies hurt your performance, cause DNA damage, make you age faster, and cause chronic disease. That's why we need the supplement. So Ningxia is a Ningxia wolfberry puree. If you leave your Ningxia on the counter for a few minutes, you'll notice that it divides into 2 colors. And I meant to grab a bottle and I didn't get it, but let me find this real quick. I thought I had a graphic for this, but I didn't. Sorry about that. But if you look at your bottle sitting in your cupboard or something, before you shake it up, you'll see it. You end up with two different, very distinct layers. So the color on the bottom is the pureed fruit, and it's about a half to a third of the bottle. And then the other is the juices. By using the entire plant and not just the juice, you now have a whole food supplement. That makes it much more powerful. The Ningxia wolfberries grow in the Ningxia River Valley in China. On top of that, the juice is blended with blueberry, aronia, cherry, pomegranate, and plum juices, natural stevia extract, grapeseed extract, pure vanilla extract, and orange, yuzu, lemon, and tangerine essential oils. It is the only drink on the market that combines whole Chinese wolfberries and pure therapeutic-grade essential oils into a single beverage. There are at least 80 species of Lycium worldwide, but only barbarum shows the highest nutrient levels in scientific testing. The Ningxia region holds the gold certificate, China's equivalent of the USDA's organic certification. It is grown with no fertilizers, no pesticides, no sulfur, no irradiation, no dyes, and no heavy metals of lead, arsen, mercury, or cadmium in the soil. The Ningxia region's irrigation water comes from the Yellow River, which is upstream from all the pollutants of the major cities. The Yellow River floods the Ningxia plants with a layer of minerals and silt every year. The farms in Ningxia are a semi-arid region with plenty of sunlight and a high temperature difference between night and day. So think about like the sap running in maple trees. It kind of does the same thing. Temperature differences are good for the liquid in plants as they keep them moving. The elevation is just right for the plant to be most productive. Any other place in the world would not have the same ecological condition of the pH of the water, or the nutrients in the soil, or the silt from the Yellow River. The conditions have earned Ningxia the distinction of being China's recognized herbal medicine valley. Ningxia has a high nutritional content and natural organic sugar, the sugar that allows your cells to talk. Ningxia is China's only medicinal wolfberry production base. The Lycium barbarum variety of the wolfberry is superior in vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and antioxidants, more than any other food in the world. This is why the Ningxia wolfberry is the best wolfberry in the world. If you want to be happy for an hour, go take a nap. If you want to be happy for a day, go fishing. If you want to be happy for a lifetime, help people. That's why we teach you about Ningxia and all the oils and stuff, because we want to help you guys. I just shared this actually in our roundtable group, but I have been drinking Ningxia for a long time, on and off, not always as faithfully as I would like, but on and off for the last about 10 years. But I got really, really consistent with it when I got pregnant with James, because I needed the energy boost, and I knew that I'm not very good at remembering supplements, but I could remember to drink my Ningxia, and that was going to be a huge benefit both for my body and for all of his developing systems and everything. And I attribute so much of our really successful, non-dramatic, peaceful pregnancy, labor and delivery, and early few months of his life to Ningxia, and then a few of the other supplements I was super faithful with. But there's just so much that this is so complete that it was supporting everything that we had going on, really better than anything else we could have been doing. So let's talk about the journey that Ningxia took to get to your doorstep. It's hard to bring something sacred from China all the way to the United States. I've got a treat for you today, though. The author of this, which is Sarah Harnish, she's the author of this book too, has voiced the first few pages of the Ningxia Wolfberry book by D. Gary Young, where he tells us what it took to bring Ningxia to young living. And I got a soundbite of that I'll post later. But you can also check that out if you have the D. Gary Young book, or you can pick that up. That's got a huge chunk of the story. Excuse me. Where Young Living came from, why Gary did the things that he did, and how he did it. But essentially, once he found Ningxia, it took Gary 7 years to get it past customs and get it formulated. It started out as berry young juice, which was just the juice. Then it was reformulated to include the peel and the flesh of the wolfberry fruit. So here's the science behind why Ningxia works. 7 quick reasons. Reason number 1 is the antioxidants. 1 ounce of Ningxia Red equals 2 pounds of wolfberries. There are 17 or 18 species of wolfberry, but only the Ningxia wolfberry has the ability to deliver all the micro and macronutrients that are bioavailable to the cells of your body. Antioxidants play a huge role in aging, memory, arthritis, inflammation, and so much more. Oxygen radical absorbance capacity, or ORAC, is a method of measuring antioxidant capacities. Presently, the highest antioxidant on the ORAC scale is vitamin E, which comes in between 800 and 1200, followed by blueberries, raspberries, pomegranates, etc. A combination of fruits together reach around 3000 on the ORAC scale. The ORAC score of Ningxia is 27,300. Reason number 2, acid to alkaline. In your body, you have alkaline acid. What creates disease? Acid. It breeds virus, bacteria, cancer, and fungus. When you can keep your pH neutral, you inhibit the growth of disease. Everything we eat converts in the stomach, which has a pH of 2.5. Wolfberry goes into the stomach and starts to break down as acid, but the minute it hits the small intestine, it immediately converts back to alkaline. It's acid binding and alkaline forming. Only one other food does that, the lemon. Wolfberry is chemically structured to convert because of the amino acid trypsin, which is responsible for the conversion of amino acids in protein. Guess what Ningxia is? It's alkaline protein. It's the most perfect food that exists. Reason number 3, free radicals. Where do free radicals come from? They come from the air, electromagnetic fields, stuff we're eating, chocolate, sugar. They are the army guys on the wrong side of the team. They wreak havoc. You outnumber the army with Ningxia. Your body does a good job at taking care of oxidative stress, but one of the reasons we age, the reasons we get wrinkly, the reasons we feel tired, it's because of an excess of free radicals. Everything that is high in ORAC will flush your system really well. Your body gets quadrillions of free radical attacks each day, 10,000 attacks per cell per day. The body needs a leg up. Most other nutritional drinks do little against superoxide, which is the worst free radical, because the drinks are so heavily processed. Gary worked for years to protect the berry all the way to the bottle, so you still get the full benefits. The Ningxia wolfberry was saved during processing. That means it is a powerhouse designed just specifically to fight free radicals in the body. Reason number 4, vitamin-mineral pairs. Minerals have to be properly balanced. Too much calcium will result in a zinc deficiency. Too much zinc can suppress immunity and lead to anemia. Both the mineral profile and the mineral balance of the Ningxia wolfberry is without equal in the plant kingdom. With magnesium to calcium ratios 1:1, zinc to copper 2:1, and potassium to magnesium 8:1, it's exactly what the body needs in proportion. Reason number 5, you're getting whole food, it's a macronutrient. You're getting whole food nutrition. It's coming from the plant, not a synthetic source. And it's coming from a food-based source. That means it's easier for your body to process, and you'll absorb more of what you're eating. It's also a liquid. If you did a digestive function test, 95 to 98% of us would come back with a weak or deficient digestive system because of medication, stress, and processed food. To get Ningxia in a liquid form means you absorb it faster and your body doesn't have to break it down. Oh, I'll see if I can show you this. This is the picture I thought I had on a PowerPoint. This shows the line between the pulp and the juices in the bottle of Ningxia sitting on her table there. Reason number 6, it's infused with essential oils. Essential oils in Ningxia act as a delivery system to the body. Because it's infused with young living therapeutic grade essential oils, it increases the absorption rate of the Ningxia. The tiny oils act as a delivery system for the larger molecules. Reason number 7, it has the right sugar and the right enzymes. Sugar is bad, right? Not all sugars. Ningxia has the right sugar to open the door to your cell. When your cell membranes are inflamed, oxidized, toxic, lacking in mitochondrial function to energize the receptors to open and close, we have no energy. Ningxia's sugars open the door to our cells so good information can get passed to them. It crosses the lipid layer of the cell and passes inside. Only 8 sugars on Earth can open the door. Ningxia has 4 of the 8 naturally. Enzymes. By age 40, you start losing digestive enzymes in the gut. Ningxia is loaded with the right enzymes to help you break food down and get the nutrients out of what you eat. Here's some other important things to know about Ningxia. It contains every essential amino acid. It contains 13% protein, the highest protein content of any fruit. It also has trace minerals. It has naturally occurring vitamins B1, B6, and B2, the energy vitamin. It has more vitamin C than all the fruits and veggies on the earth, 148 milligrams. Parsley and spinach have 133 milligrams. Oranges have 50. It has more calcium than cherries and cruciferous veggies at 110 milligrams. Cherries have 16 and the veggies have 50. And more beta-carotene than carrots, which come in at 11,000 milligrams. Ningxia comes in at 12,600. And it is loaded with fiber because the skin of the berry was preserved. Perhaps the best thing the wolfberry does for your body is what it does to cells. The cell membrane is made up of oils, fats, and phospholipids. There are proteins floating on a liquid and a very flexible sea of fat. The proteins are like antennas that pick up messages from other cells. You know the messengers that come into a cell. They have fancy names like insulin, thyroid enzymes, digestive enzymes, neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. They are the messengers that do not work well until you attach the right sugars to them. You can see the power of nutrition. Fats, proteins, and sugars are needed. If you're eating the wrong sugar, you're rendering the whole structure of the cell membrane dysfunctional. If cell communication breaks down, your health breaks down. If you mess up the cell membrane, you need more insulin to get the job done. 40% of us are insulin resistant. If a man has a waist of more than 40 inches and a woman more than 35 inches, they are insulin resistant. To wrap all this science up in 2 sentences, the Ningxia wolfberry and good nutrition can impact your cell membrane. It corrects the pH of your blood so cellular communication can take place. It gives the mitochondria the energy it needs to open the gates of communication. It corrects inflammation in the cells by providing micronutrients, and it has the right sugar to open the door. When you eat poorly, your cells get mucked up. That lipid layer gets sticky. Then the cells stack on top of one another like coins. Ningxia wipes that doorway clean and increases the surface area so that good information can get passed to the cell. So here's a test that you can do for yourself. Go get an ounce or so of Ningxia, and your first step is when you take note of a few reference points that are easy to self-evaluate. Things like lung capacity, vision, and the sense of energy you feel. Look around the room and assess the quality of your eyesight. Are you feeling tired, energized, somewhere in between? Next, take a large sip of Ningxia Red and hold it in your mouth for 10 to 20 seconds. Do it under your tongue if you can, that's best. Close your eyes and swallow. Take another good evaluation of how you feel. Usually, almost immediately, you'll feel a warmth through your body. You may feel tingling down to your toes. Take another deep breath. Are your lungs able to take in more air? Do you feel more awake? Are your sinuses more open? Ningxia has anti-inflammatory properties. Look around the room. Do things appear more vivid? Ningxia contains zeaxanthin and lutein. Zeaxanthin and lutein, which basically act as a natural sunscreen for your eyes. Do you feel more calm and centered? Many say the wolfberry helps them relax. Do you feel more energized? The wolfberry juice helps improve circulation. So that's some things you'll notice right away, and then other things you'll notice the more regularly you drink your Ningxia, you'll notice long-term benefits as well. So here's a few odd ways to use Ningxia that come. There's some Ningxia shot recipes that come directly from Young Living Corporate. And I'll add these to the post with the video. You can use it as a mouthwash. You can use it as a gargle. Make Ningxia tea with about a cup of water and an ounce of Ningxia juice. You can use it as a poultice or a paste. Use it as an abdominal conditioner to help keep things moving. You can add a teaspoon of it to a small amount of rose ointment or Genesis hand and body lotion for Ningxia lotion. You can use it as a nail and cuticle treatment, scalp application. You can use it as frozen snacks or gummies. And then you can also use it on a cotton swab on the inside of your ear, not deep, but right in, kind of on the edge right here. It has some of the components inside of the Ningxia will help dissolve, or loosen the wacky substances in your ears. So let's talk about how to get this. There's several great ways. There's a Ningxia Premium Starter Kit that you can pick up, and there's a Ningxia Essential Rewards bundle, which you can grab on Essential Rewards. The starter kit comes with a 2-pack of Ningxia, 30 of the Ningxia singles, Ningxia Nitro, which is a concentrated form of Ningxia that's also infused with vitamin B, which is amazing for energy and focus. It also comes with an Aroma Glide, Fitment, and a bottle of Stress Away Fuse Mints, and lots of literature. After that, once you've got your starter kit, whichever one you choose, the Ningxia Essential Rewards is the best way to get your Ningxia, and that gives you 10% off the Ningxia. That's with you get your Ningxia ER, you get your ER points off of the Ningxia, which is anywhere from 10 to 25%, depending on how long you've been on ER. But then, in addition to that, with the ER bundle, I did the math, it's essentially about $30 off with the ER bundle, so you get about a free bottle of Ningxia with that, essentially, compared to buying it in the 2-pack. So here's a story that we're going to end up with. This was told at the 2015 Young Living Convention about Gandhi. Gandhi used to give people advice for 2 to 3 hours a day. He'd sit under a tree and people would line up. After waiting all day long in the heat, finally a mom with her child gets up to Gandhi and says, "Please tell my kid to stop eating candy." Gandhi says, "Come back tomorrow." The woman is puzzled, but hey, if Gandhi says it, you do it. She lines up in the heat of the sun the next day and gets to the top of the line again and says, "Please, Gandhi, tell my son to stop eating candy." Gandhi says, "Quit eating candy." She says, "Why didn't you do that before?" He said, "Well, before I was eating candy myself." So here's a challenge for the next there's a good one for, if you do it for 30 days, you're more likely to see a difference. Do it for longer than that, you'll see even better differences. But drink 1 to 2 ounces a day and see how you feel. Check in after a week, after a month, and see the changes that you notice. And then here's a couple of book suggestions. There's the Ningxia Wolfberry, The Ultimate Superfood, which I believe is by Gary Young, and 53 Ways to Use the Ningxia Wolfberry by Sound Concepts, and The Superior Ningxia Wolfberry, A Powerful and Natural Ally Against Disease and Aging by Dr. Hugo Rodier. So that's our Ningxia. Let me find, I'm going to pull up our recipes here. We've got a couple of recipes on this PDF. Here's a smoothie recipe. I'm going to give this a shot. I don't have any spinach or orange juice actually, but I've got some frozen bananas and I've got some mangoes and I've got some apple juice. And so I'm going to give this a shot maybe tomorrow for breakfast. And then this is another great one. If you haven't tried the Ningxia Zing, that's fantastic. You can mix the Zing, the Nitro, and the Ningxia Red all together, and that makes a fantastic energy bomb. Popsicles. So yeah, there's just a couple of great recipes in there that I wanted you to snag. It's not, the rest of the slides don't really correlate with our stuff that we talked about today specifically, but you can grab those recipes, give those a shot. Let us know if you start drinking Ningxia and haven't before and how you feel. And if you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to reach out and give us a shout. So have an awesome week, and we will talk to you next week.